to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Bella Rita, I absolutely do believe that worked. We're here. It's Trajectory Tuesday. We got some extraordinary people assembled by some extraordinary people. Bella Rita, let's go.
We do have some growth-minded, warm-hearted individuals for Nathan Hansen and Brett Hadley's Heroes in Health and Wealth Care, Heart of Influence, Sean Callaghy. And first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, U.S. Naval Academy graduate, veteran Marine.
Wait, did you say, just for fun, did you say health and welfare?
I did.
I love it. Isn't it wealth and healthcare?
I was just reading straight from the document. That's what's on the document.
We're having fun again. So they were just like, it said health and welfare, as opposed to, I think, wealth and healthcare. I'm just having a little bit of fun as we're kicking this thing off. Nathan Hansen, Brett, love you guys.
You can blame Craig Baumel for that. I'm gonna throw Craig right under the bus because I'm reading from the sheet. That's what it says on the sheet, so that's what I went for. But you could also blame my dyslexia because my dyslexia would actually get that backwards. So I'm surprised I didn't say it straight with it backwards on the sheet.
Yes. So maybe Craig caught the dyslexia. So I think it's contagious. I think I have it now. So let's go.
You have it now. From Las Vegas, Nevada, U.S. Naval Academy graduate and veteran Marine applies discipline, resilience, and strategic thinking as a certified financial planner and wealth strategist. From Navy football linebacker to financial excellence, exemplifies the power of discipline, teamwork, and unwavering commitment he brings to his clients. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Don Pearson.
Don, warm welcome. Thank you for your service to our great nation. Appreciate you. And Don, we kick this show off with a fun fact because Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So it could be any headline, adventurous moment, proud moment, silly moment, funny moment, powerful moment, anything that would make us say, Don, no way.
No way.
So please, what's your fun fact?
So this is my inner dork coming out. I have been to all 8 Harry Potter midnight premieres. The first one when I was 8 years old. And then some people try to get smart and they're like, there's only 7 books. But the 7th book was split into 2 movies. So I went to all 8. So that's my nerdy thing. And I'm reading them to my daughter right now. So that's my favorite thing in the entire world.
We love nerds here. And the only thing that we think is uncool in the world is when people think something that somebody else likes is uncool. So whatever people love is cool in these parts. Harry Potter, let's rock and roll. Bella Verita, we got people who are passionate about stuff. Let's go. Bless you. Bella's passionate about sneezing. She's a lot. Yes.
I am bad. I was like, once that first one starts, we might have a show intermission here for my sneezes. But I think I'm complete with the 3, so we can continue to Duggar, Indiana, a blind extreme sport athlete, a Navy veteran, mentor, advocate, empowering veterans and individuals with disabilities, National Geographic Adventurer of the Year, best-selling author, and the first blind person to kayak the Grand Canyon, summiting the world's highest peaks, including Mount Everest, Kilimanjaro, and Denali. Let's welcome to the show, Lonnie Bedwell.
Lonnie, Everest, Kilimanjaro, the Grand Canyon, really, thank you for inspiring. And please, your fun fact.
My fun fact is I was raised in a little town, about 75 people, with 2 pet raccoons, and rode my milk cow Bessie around like a horse. But I dream of being on Dancing with the Stars.
Whoa, I love this. And was that fulfilled?
No, not yet.
Let's go. Come on, Lonnie. You can summon Everest. You get on Dancing with the Stars. Bella, let's support this dude in getting on Dancing with the Stars. And who's joining him? Come on.
I'm all for it. Next up from Lander, Wyoming, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel and Harvard-trained orthopedic surgeon. Established a foundation to help injured, wounded, and ill service members, first responders, and their families. Accomplished bagpiper and global swimming competitor and athlete, balancing medicine with athletic and artist pursuits. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Matthew Mitchell.
Well, the H-bomb is in the house, Doc. So that's the thing. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and thank you for your service, and Lonnie as well, to this great nation and our freedom. Much gratitude for your presence today, and please, your fun fact.
I guess what I'd call my fun fact, I had my great uncle flew gliders ashore at Normandy for D-Day in 1944, June 6th. And so my daughter was in Switzerland this past year, and so she joined a bagpipe band. And because of our great-grandfather's service, we were invited to go to Normandy with that band for the 80th D-Day ceremonies. And so I got to play with my daughter there, and she, as far as we know, she was the first American to play this Amazing Grace solo at the American Cemetery. So there's a video of that on YouTube. So I was very proud of her. She did a great job, and a lot of pressure because there was about 5,000 people there while she was doing it.
Yeah, well, hit in the heart, Bella. Corollary fun fact: Uncle Harold and the H-bomb we'll come back to in a couple. And thank you for that, and for the just hitting us in the heart with a powerful fun fact and share. Thank you. Bella Verita, we got some leaders, heroes, and impact players present on Nathan Hansen and Brett Hadley's Heart of Influence, please.
That we do. It is no surprise, and we will continue to Scottsdale, Arizona, a spinal medical device sales rep, 15 years with sales experience in spinal services and devices. Observed an orthopedic surgeon in an operating room and wanted to be part of the team saving lives. Extraordinary care for the surgeons he serves in the operating room and the patients they heal. Let's welcome to the show, Greg Spink.
How's it going, everyone?
Greg, warm welcome from the great state of Arizona. Maybe we were there just a couple days ago. And please, your fun fact.
This is the time to be here. My fun fact is I've had the chance to rock climb with Alex Honnold. I was roped up and we were in a gym setting, so it was nice and safe. And then building on Dawn's fun fact, I have not read all the Harry Potter books, but I'm currently on book number 2. I'm reading it to my 8-year-old right now, so we're getting through it.
Let's go. Harry Potter is present, light, dark, all the beautiful things. Bella, come on.
Let's go. Next up, we are going to Orange County, California. Air Force Academy graduate, Doctor of Emergency Medicine, and Medical Director for the Orange County Fire Authority. Founded a nonprofit to educate and train citizens to provide life-saving cures during mass casualty events. Promotes independence and resilience among civilians and impacts veteran instructors, saving lives on multiple levels. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Joshua Bobcoat.
Thanks so much. Man, I don't know who wrote that intro, but can you send it to me? That's amazing.
Got this. We'll clip it for you, Dr. Joshua, for sure. And please, your fun fact.
So my fun fact is a little unusual. I know that I can fit through a 24-inch pipe, and I wouldn't recommend to anyone on how to learn about that. So,
whoa.
Backstory is when we have to do. I work for a fire department, and one of the things that we have to do for search and rescue is to be able to get people out of very strange positions and small spaces. And in order to do that, you have to fit through those small spaces.
Whoa.
So I had the opportunity to test myself, and I made it through, pushing off with my big toes.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Joshua, thank you for what you do to serve as a hero and support people in their safety. Bella, I like doing a lot of crazy things. I'm not sure I'm up for the 24-inch pipe, though. Well, let's go.
I picture that. I'm looking at my computer screen. I'm like, isn't that about the size of my computer screen? That's really tiny.
It's not great. It's not going to lie to you. Don't sign up. If they ask you, say no.
Say no. Got it. Awesome. Thank you for that, Dr. Joshua. Next up, from Apollo Beach, Florida, graduate of West Point with 20 years in financial planning and faith-based investing solutions, a transformative guide helping accredited investors navigate the intersection of faith, finance, and unique investment opportunities. Let's welcome to the show, Michael Menadino.
Michael, warm welcome, and please, your fun fact.
Yes, fun fact. I shared the big screen with Taylor Lautner in the movie Abduction. I was an extra, but we were on the screen at the same time together.
Dude, super cool. We got movies, mountain climbing, 24-inch pipe fitting, Bella Vreda. We got some extraordinary people, growth-minded, growth-driven, I think, heart-centered, integrous, committed to mastery that Nathan and Brett have assembled. Who else is here, Bella?
Yes, speaking of these extraordinary people that assembled this audience, coming from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, 23-year veteran Air Force Lieutenant Colonel who led hospital operations and managed multi-million-dollar healthcare systems, founded an investment firm helping pilots, physicians, and families build generational wealth through businesses and real estate, partnered up with the #1 revenue recovery team in the country, recapturing millions lost in reimbursements. Let's welcome to his show, Mr. Brett Hadley.
Brett, warm welcome to your Heart of Influence. So grateful for you, the leadership you bring, the integrity, all of it, sir. And please, your fun fact.
Fun fact, Sean. To believe it or not, at the Air Force Academy, I thought it was a great idea to try and overcome my fear of heights. I have a big fear of heights. And so because of that, I tried to jump out of airplanes and get over that. And it did not work. After 5 tries, it just got worse and worse. And that's my story and fun fact.
Yeah, that's kind of like my fear of Bella. Like, I keep trying to face it, but it keeps getting worse. So thank you for that, Brett. Bella Vreda, over to you.
Yes. Next up, last but certainly not least, from Niceville, Florida, a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel and fighter pilot, flew combat missions over 5 different countries, 2 continents, an Olmsted scholar spending 2 years in Valencia, Spain, earning an MBA in Spanish, a pilot for Southwest Airlines, and his true passion is teaching physicians, attorneys, and financial advisors how to master their leadership and influence so they can exponentially grow their business. Let's welcome to his show, Mr. Nathan Hanson.
Nathan, sir, how are you? And please, your fun fact.
I am fantastic, Sean, and it is my privilege. I'm going to show something to the crowd, and for our visually impaired individuals, this is a small, it's not showing up on the screen, it's a small gold book, and it says Contrails 1991-1992 on it. Most of our Academy graduates will be very familiar with this, but there's a page in here, and this is how I first learned of Cadet 4th Class Joshua Bobko, because his relative is in this book. As a distinguished graduate of the Air Force Academy, the first cadet from the Air Force Academy to be admitted to the space program, and the pilot of STS Challenger 6. And so I don't know if that was a burden or a blessing when you go through the Academy, having a famous distinguished graduate. But that was my first inclination. And what it really reminded me of is just how powerful. I hadn't spoken to Josh in maybe 30 years, and I called him up, and it was like we didn't miss a beat. And that shared experience that we have, and I know it's similar to all of you on here as Academy graduates, is just such a powerful bonding. I never realized the value of that, but I'm just so thrilled to have you guys here today to share and remind us all just how important those experiences are. So thank you.
Let's go get it. Thank you for that, Nathan, and for causing this today with Brett. Your leadership and heart are felt, sir. Let's go get it. Thank you for your service to our nation and Brett as well, of course. So I'm going to introduce, if it's cool with you, Nathan, the woman that was doing the introducing. This woman began her career at Influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. She then put 3 words together that don't go together. Those 3 words were teenager, 7 figures, and network marketing. Yes, 7 figures, network marketing. This, of course, is the one and only Bella Verita, who then began to train Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. And in fact, in 2019, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. She's a skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. Bella, we got to take up 24-inch pipe crawling next.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, who has raised 8 figures for charity with the Unblinded team in the past couple of years. 2-time, about to be 3-time published author who in 2023 courageously battled and defeated cancer. This woman is in her more than 1,600th episode, 1,600 episodes of The Heart of Influence. Let's welcome to Nathan and Brett's Heart of Influence, the woman that put the heart in it, the one, the only, Bella Verita. Please, Miss Bella Verita, your fun fact.
Yes, I think I'm definitely, since we've got all these military veterans here today, I'm going to have to go with the fun fact. As I shared in the green room, my dad is a Navy veteran, three wars he fought in. And he, last year, built me a gun, my very first gun that I own, built me a 9mm. We go shooting all the time, and I am a way better shot than he is. You talk about sinking those submarines. I can sink some submarines on the target. That's for sure. That is my fun fact for today, Sean Callagy.
It's a very fun fact. You can tell them later about how I beat you at shooting as a blind man, but that's a story for a different day. So, please, Bella, let's get going.
Sean, you forget that I actually have
we're
the
busy.
picture.
We're behind. Come on, let's go.
I have the picture to prove who won shooting that day. But let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Bet Key at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on Fortune 50 companies, Fortune 500 companies, he's an incredible philanthropist that in the last 2 years raised nearly $10 million for charities. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Well, Rita, much gratitude. Everybody, thank you so much for being here today. And I think I'm gonna go with this as my quick fun fact. So,
We're going
my
on a tour.
my great uncle Harold sacrificed and gave up his life for our nation and is buried at Normandy. He survived the Normandy invasion and he was killed a couple days later, a little bit further inland, and he is buried there. And just going with a couple corollary fun facts, that is a baseball player a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That might happen to be me. And since we had the H bomb dropped, Harvard, that is me hitting a triple at Harvard in my freshman year at Columbia. I was mentioned baseball captain, 4-year starter. And Doctor, our Harvard trained orthopedist, we used to chant safety school at us playing at Harvard. Yes, that is a true fun fact. And P.S. for my other military friends here today, we played in not just the Ivy League, it was the Eastern Intercollegiate Baseball League. We played against the 8 Ivy League schools, well, the 7 others, plus Army and Navy were in our conference when I was in college. I had the privilege of playing at the Naval Academy in my freshman and junior year. They had us my sophomore, senior year, and vice versa with Army. We were there my senior year and sophomore year, and at Columbia freshman and junior. So we played against the incredible West Point and Naval Academy, I guess, combined 16 times when I was in college. And that's my fun facts for today, Belvrita.
That is a super fun fact. Thanks for sharing, Sean Gallagher.
Yes. So from that place, Belvrita, I think we're going to explore the superpower of Integris influence. Had some fun with introductions, but who's going first?
Well, Sean, since I already said in the beginning that I was biased to Navy, that means, unfortunately, I'm going to have to make our Army veteran go first. So that would be Michael.
Michael, that is unkind of Bella, but his dad is a Navy guy. So, Michael, Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. What we're doing is exploring the superpower of influence, whether it's in military leadership, athletic leadership, business leadership, management, recruitment, fundraising, for profit, not for profit, marketing or selling. Everything happens after yes, no yes, the United States doesn't exist, no business exists, all the things. So to illustrate this though, we're really certain that pitching, hooking, closing, all those technique driven stuff, like that's not working, like kind of yuck, pitch, hook, close. But what does it look like when heart-centered, sophisticated people come together and a yes should happen? Like we need to take Normandy Beach. How does that happen when Integris, sophisticated people come together and yes, must occur? So to illustrate this, Bella will be anybody you'd like her to be. As I said, she could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. 2 footnotes. It doesn't have to be a sale. It could be any yes. And it doesn't have to be a final yes. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. So Michael, please, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
I guess I would just like her to be a Navy, daughter of a Navy veteran.
Oh, let's go.
Uh-oh.
Take us in, Bella.
Uh-oh. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella, how you doing? It's Michael Mandarino. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, Michael. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. I was wondering if you have a few moments that we can chat.
It depends on what you want to chat about, because Nathan said that you were going to be calling, but I'm a little suspicious.
Yes, well, I know Nathan said as we call him, but did Nathan tell you that I am a fan of the Navy?
He did not tell me that.
Well, only except one day a year I'm not. I'm actually a West Point graduate. I cheer for Navy every other day except when they play West Point and Army football.
That's fair. That's fair.
Football,
My
but it
dad is
Army
also
football.
my dad cheers for Army except for when they're playing Navy, so that's fair.
Excellent, excellent. So now, the reason why I was calling is we have a fundraiser going on for the Army Navy game, and we're looking to reach out to not only our Army fans but also some of our Navy fans, and wanted to see if it's something that would be passionate for you to be able to support our fundraiser, which all the benefits will go to veterans who have lost their parents in war.
Oh, well, that sounds beautiful. What a great group of foundation that you're supporting there. So what does that look like? Is it a sponsorship? Is it just a straight fundraiser? What exactly, straight donation? What are you looking for?
Yeah, we're looking for support. It could be even supporting us on social media just by sharing a link. Financial donations are obviously always recommended and very thankful for. And then also the sponsorship ideas. If you do want to, we have some sponsorship packages if that interests you as far as at the Army Navy game this year as well.
God. And what would be like an ideal donation size? Like if you could get, you know, X donated, what would that number be?
Well, our goal is, so typically what we do for the veteran families is there's typically the packages range between $1,000 and $2,000 is what we actually were able to give. You know, so if you can even give like a fourth of one of those packages, whether it's $250 or even up to $1,000, that would really help us be able to support more families that we're trying to reach this year.
Okay, so I might be able to do this, but I got a stipulation, Michael, because I have unfeathered access to Sean's checking accounts. And so how about $100,000 donation, but you got to wear a Go Navy shirt for the game?
I would wear it inside out, backwards, frontwards, however you want me to wear it. I would wear it for that donation.
Perfect. I love writing checks for Sean. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Bill Frida. Nathan, call the police, please. Thank you very much. Michael,
Right away.
Yes. That is super fun and definitely happy and excited to do something related to what you're talking about. So that is a beautiful thing. Michael, Bella, you're amazing. Please, who's following up Michael, Bella?
Next we got Mr. Don.
Don, who would you like Bella to be, please?
Let's have Bella be my wife, or now wife, but my girlfriend in high school that didn't want to go on a date with me.
Okay. All right.
Because I know how that one went. I won that one.
Yes. All right. Don, let's take us in.
Bella, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Sean told you I was going to give you a call, probably.
He did tell me you were going to call. I thought it was a little weird, but.
So I wanted to extend to you an opportunity.
Okay.
To spend a beautiful afternoon with me. I've got the whole day already planned. It's all lined up. We're going to go have some brunch. We're going to go have some waffles. We're going to chat. We're going to learn about each other a little bit more. I want to spend some time getting to know you, and I really want you to get some time knowing me.
I'm kind of busy. You know, I'm popular. I got a lot of friends. I think I'm busy for like the next 2 months.
2 months, every day out of the week. Well, how about this?
Every day.
How about
Every
this?
day.
How about we, instead of dedicating like in a whole hour, what if we just do like 15 minutes every Saturday from 8 to 8:15 in the morning, and we'll spend 15 minutes together. And when you combine all those together, it'll be like a full date.
15 minutes is kind of a long time. Can we start with like maybe 5? Because what
Let's
if I
do
don't
five.
what if I don't want to talk to you that long? Like what if it's weird?
Bella, how about this? How about I show up to your place of work or to your home with a hot cup of coffee, your favorite one, whatever your Starbucks latte frappuccino that you like is. You tell me what
I'm
you
in
want.
high school. Do I drink coffee yet?
Every high schooler drinks coffee now. Middle schoolers are at Starbucks. What are you talking about? And I will go,
okay.
I will hand deliver you your caffeinated or non-caffeinated beverage, and we'll just spend 5 minutes together for the next couple weeks, and maybe one of these days you'll realize that I'm not a total scumbag.
All right. Well, we'll start with 5. Maybe I'll promote you to 15, and then maybe in a couple months we can get to an hour.
So that's a yes. Let's do it. I'll be there on Saturday.
Sounds great. We'll see you then.
A minute. Look, I got 47 minutes to spare.
Don, excellent, sir. Bella Verita, we got Don, we got Michael doing the things, and let's get to the feedbackers.
Let's get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Don or Michael, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then like a little scoring system as to what the next steps would be. is the next steps you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer meeting with Don or Michael? I don't know that that's necessary today.
Right.
So maybe that next step is simply a little mocha choco latte. Don, that's the drink I would like, please. A little mocha choco latte and a little croissante from Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. Yes. And but if that's not enough time, how about we shoot for a dinner at Capitol Grill in a private room with the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak? Unless you're a vegan, of course, and maybe you're having salad and French fries, but you're definitely not going to skip out on dessert and coffee because you want to have the longest meeting possible. And if that's still not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, you got to pick up Mr. Hanson and Mr. Hadley. Maybe Mr. Hanson might even fly the jet for you if you're lucky and fly anywhere in the world to have the longest meeting possible with Michael or Don. And so we're going to kick it off with our adventurer, Lonnie. And Lonnie, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Don?
And Don did you gotta help me with the picture in here, but with the lack of my eyesight, Don was on the date, correct?
Don was on the date, yes.
Yes, Don. I think, Don, that you should intrigue her just a little bit more with a little bit of spice in doing this, and really just intrigue her with what is possible just going on a date with you, and what is possible with all of us. Yeah.
Well, excellent. And so what would the follow-up do you think for Bella be? Well, I guess we got a cup of coffee, right, Lonnie? Like Bella's having a cup of coffee. So I think the follow-up is self-explanatory there, Bella. But please, thank you, Lonnie. And where we're going.
And where we are going from there is Mr. Greg Spink. How about your 30 seconds of feedback to Michael, please?
Perfect. Michael is one I was gonna go for. So my feedback from Michael was just developing the emotional impact of what that money could be going towards, your fundraising, just talking about, the impact that can have on the people's lives that, those different packages are raising money to do X. And really just laying that out for Bella to, motivate her to see where her money's going and how it's going to help people.
Cool. And Greg, like follow-up step would be cup of coffee, longer meal. Maybe Nathan Hanson grabs a jet and flies it. Like, what would the next step be?
I mean, shoot, he already got, he was shooting for 250 to 1,000. He got 100,000 commitment. So I can't knock too much on the result here, but just kind of, really digging deep on, how that money is going to affect people's lives and making her feel good about that donation.
Awesome. Rocking the things, Bella Rita. Greg's got this. Come on.
Greg's got this. Next up, let's go. Dr. Matthew, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Don?
I thought Don did a good job. I like the fact that he started off with something like coffee, which would be something kind of straightforward and easy. I think, it's been a while since I had to go on a date, but I think if you can get that initial interest that the person has and at least get together, because sometimes you don't know whether it's going to work out or not. But I think the key is to try to get them in a place where they're comfortable and where you're comfortable and where you can do talking and figure out something about each other and figure out what kind of common activities you might have.
Yeah. So awesome job, Dr. Matthew. And Dr. Matthew, you want to hear my question like that to Bella originally, what mine was?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I know it's a little crazy, but tomorrow morning, would you like to jump on a private jet and go to Necker Island? I know it's crazy. I know it's the last second, but Richard Branson's going to be there. What do you think, Bella? Dr. Matthew, how do you think that worked out?
He's giving a thumbs up.
Yeah.
We're still
I think you got to crawl before you fly somewhere.
Well,
that's a big step on the first date.
Bella, how'd it go?
It went pretty good. He definitely got that first date. But really, I think the first date before Necker Island was the last minute visit to the hospital to have, a toothpick shoved up my nose because I had to have a COVID test and get a result within an hour to be able to get on the flight.
Yes,
so
that would have been,
everyone.
yes, that would have been the first one. That is absolutely a true statement. Was the COVID test to get there, and that was its own adventure. So, but yes, Dr. Matthew, thank you for that. Bella Verita, come on.
Dr. Joshua, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Michael, please? Dr. Joshua?
So I might be having a little bit of technical difficulty here because, can you hear me?
We got you.
Yes, we have
We
you.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I think there's a little bit of a Wi-Fi issue here. I think Michael did a good job in sort of starting out where he wanted and having some sort of fallback position. But I thought maybe the thing that I like to go into negotiations with is trying to find out what's really important to the other party. And I don't know that he necessarily got that from you. So maybe trying to establish, hey, your dad was in the Navy. What was really important to him, and try to use that as a means of finding commonality.
Yeah. Amen. Awesome job, John.
Not sure if I lost you
Joshua?
guys.
Yeah, no, we got you. We have you. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Bella Vreda, Dr. Joshua's got it. Come on.
Dr. Joshua's got it. Next up, we got Mr. Brett Hadley. Brett, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dawn, please?
Well, Dawn, I think you did a really good job of not making her feel as though you're being pressuring her on doing something that she does not want to do. I thought you highlighted that in a way that caused her to get to yes, in a way that now you can go in there with 5 minutes and buy more time.
Nice. Like it. And the next step would be, Brett, a little cup of coffee, some dinner, maybe a jet flown by Nathan Hansen. What do you got?
Oh, he's definitely that first coffee, and I know Don very well, so he's it'll go from that coffee to flying on a jet pretty rapidly.
Let's go. Appreciate that. Come on, Belle.
Next up, last but not least, we have Sir Nathan Hansen. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Michael, please?
It was just knighted. Thank you very much, Bella. Sir Nathan Hansen. For Michael, I would say I loved your fun energy that bridged the obvious rivalry between Army Navy into a commonality. And that was such a great way to introduce and create fun energy, but also bring people together. What I would have done, maybe a little optimized, was like Joshua just said, is ask, like, get into her heart a little bit, open up, find what's important, and then that will make that request just so much easier when you find out what lies on her heart, and building emotional rapport there to get that yes. And what you got, $100,000. So I am immediately going to fly that jet, and we're going to the Army Navy game together this year, and that's where I would go with that, just because Sean's buying it.
Well, thank you for that, Nathan Hansen. Great job, everybody. This is the time now where Bella gets to put me on the hot seat. Not on my contract. I still do it anyway. It's Nathan, it's Brett. Gives me a hard time. Nathan, please, and Brett, like, she's a little feisty lately. Like, give her some a little bit of milk with the coffee. Bella, over to you.
Yes, Brett and Nathan, as you guys know, and everyone, this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I've been cooking them up as the show has been going on. And ultimately, Brett and Nathan, you guys get to choose what scenario we go with. You can change anything about my scenarios, or you can even come up with something much, much harder on your own. So are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Let's do it.
Go.
All right. Option number one, I was bringing Mr. Harry Potter into the dynamics, and going from hello to yes with Daniel Radcliffe, aka Harry Potter, to make a $100,000 donation to the Army Navy game. So Sean would role play Michael, going from hello to yes with Daniel. So that would be option number one. Option number two is to convince Conrad Green, who is the producer of Dancing with the Stars, to have Lonnie on Dancing with the Stars. I think we should just have a whole blind Dancing with the Stars period. Maybe we can even get Sean on there. I think that could be a fun idea. That's option number 2. And then option number 3, since we have so many surgeons on today, I thought, sometimes patients can be a pain in the butt and not do what the doctor orders. And so I thought option number 3, Sean could play one of the doctors going from hello to yes with a PETA patient who does not want to do the surgery that they are recommending. So those are the 3 options I got for you today, Nathan and Brett. Any of those tickle your fancy, or do you have something much harder you would like to see Sean do?
I had one idea. I'm just going to throw it out, and then I'm going to let Brett decide.
Okay.
How about this? How about Sean plays Zelensky?
Oh.
And one of our distinguished guests plays Trump.
Oh.
And Zelensky is going back
What
to
is wrong with you,
Mr.
Nathan?
Trump and asking.
Nathan, this is way better than I'm not
For a
allowed to come
do-over.
up with political ones, so thank you. But keep going.
Just a do-over, just a chance to reconsider, what's possible and try again. But Brett, I'll let you decide.
Nathan, let's do it. Why not?
I love you guys. You're my friends. They are my friends, Sean. Now, the big question is who are you going to put in the seat of playing Trump?
Who's going to be a little difficult, perhaps, and willingness to just put on your Trump hat. Any volunteers?
I say
I
Sean
will
Trump.
volunteer. How about Mr. Michael Mandarino of the West Point? Bring us your most. Don't be an easy pushover. Be Mr. Trump and try to bring out just the qualities that you think would embody that.
I will try.
So, hello, is President Trump available?
Speaking.
Yeah, Mr. President, it's President Zelensky. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for right now. I'm very grateful, but is it still a good time, Mr. President?
It is, but is it going to be similar to our last call that we had together?
Yeah, it will not be, sir. So, Mr. President, if I could just ask you at the outset, first of all, I do apologize, and I'm happy to make a public apology. And before I go any further,
That would be a good start to do that. Yes, that would be good.
Yeah, may I ask you, Mr. President, what even caused you to accept this conversation? I'm very grateful. But what was the why behind it? I will keep this in confidence, Mr. President, but I just want to know what's on your mind, your heart about why we're even speaking. And again, thank you.
My why is for the peace. My why is for stopping the death that's happening, and also to be able to benefit our American people.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I believe that, and again, my apologies, sir. And from that place of seeking peace, benefiting the American people, Mr. President, may I offer a couple of thoughts, unless there's anything else you'd like me to know before I proceed.
No, please.
Yeah. So, Mr. President, this has obviously been an incredibly traumatic time for my people, my country, and I, in fact, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, am quite grateful, contrary to what you would make me think, what the media would portray, that you're in the position in the White House. I certainly had certain things that President Biden did that was super effective, and I was grateful for it. I'm grateful to America. But I do look forward to having an incredibly positive relationship with you, Mr. President. So all I am proposing, Mr. President, is a reset, a conversation. I will make a public apology to you. Mr. President, I will tell you this now in confidence that I really have no choice, sir, but to acquiesce to what it is that you'll propose. You hold the power. You are the ruler of the free world, essentially. And I don't think a weakened United States in any way, shape, or form being in conflict with the nations of Europe is positive. So I am happy, sir, to reset this relationship, have a longer conversation in private, and roll out a potential plan. I do ask you, Mr. President, this is an ask, this is a preference. It is not a precondition, it's not a requirement. I will do all the things I just said if we can have a conversation, sir, about potentially allowing the Ukrainian people, the nation, and the nations of Europe to have something that would not be leaving President Putin with the notion that he can take ground in Europe. I think that is only in the United States' interest, and the allies of the United States, and the interests of NATO. However, Mr. President, I repeat and reemphasize for the fourth time in our 3-minute conversation that I will acquiesce to what you believe is the best way to resolve this. I think what I'm hearing so far is it will be a difficult pill to swallow, but in trust of you, I will. Period. I simply request, Mr. President, if we could have a 1 hour, even more preferably 2 hour meeting to just go through some of these dynamics that I know you are incredibly well schooled in. I know you have a plan and intention, but Mr. President, I simply request that audience. And so, President Trump, how would it resonate with you or not to receive that public apology and to have a longer conversation? Again, knowing that I'm already acquiescing to your decision making, Mr. President.
Let's ask one question beforehand. Did you have any intention of signing that before you came in? If so, what changed? Why we were a little confused of what happened? And just it can be brief, and then we can potentially continue to call later.
Yeah, so Mr. President, I think some things that the Vice President was sharing, I thought could be landing suboptimally on the people of Ukraine, but also the people of Europe and the United States of America. So I shouldn't have done it publicly. It was an error in judgment. I do disagree, but we shouldn't have brought it forth that way. And that's my honest, transparent answer, Mr. President.
Well, you know I want peace, so I'm looking forward to our meetup. When would you like to do that?
As soon as possible, Mr. President, at your discretion and convenience.
How about in 48 to 64 hours? Would that work?
Sounds wonderful, Mr. President. And shall I have my team set that up with your chief of staff?
Please, that'd be great. Looking forward to it, Mr. President.
Have a blessed day, and thank you, Mr. President.
Blessings.
Out of roll. All right, Michael did a wonderful job as President Trump. How did I do as President Zelensky?
Outstanding.
Having that conversation, Michael, with President Trump.
Who are you asking, Sean?
I was asking Michael, saying, great job, Michael. Thank you for that. Michael, how did I do having that conversation as President Zelensky?
I thought, I mean, it's knowing the situation, you were super humble. You brought the apologies. You let me know what you're willing to do publicly to help move the negotiations forward. So I thought you did a really good job. Obviously, it's it's not easy for me to play the bad guy, but it was you did a really good job.
Yeah, complicated spot, and just
I say bad guy, meaning that I'm not in conflict.
No, understood. Listen, it's a complicated situation. And just to and Nathan put us in a beautifully challenging situation, which is the point. It is the point of the show on the role play. So Nathan, great job. I will share this. I am not a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm a truth seeker. So this is obviously a super complicated situation. I did go to the Ukraine, and we brought millions of dollars of aid. Through with a number of other people of influence in the entrepreneurial world and social media world, just a few years back, right after Russia had been pushed back out of Kyiv. So it's super complicated, and I thank Nathan for the challenge. Michael did a great job. Michael, overall, how was your time today on the Heart of Influence?
I loved it. It was didn't know what I was getting into. I got the email a little bit further, so it was a lack of preparation, but I enjoyed being put on the spot, and that was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, I thank you for that for sure. Don, I loved your scenario. I thought you did a great job. Super fun. And Don, please, how was your time today on Nathan and Brett's Heart of Influence?
It's a group of killers, is what it is. It's cool. It's cool. It's good perspective. And thanks, Brett, for the invite.
Cool. Well, thank you, Don. Great job. Let's go, Dr. Matthew. Really appreciate your presence. Great job in the feedbacker seat today, sir. And how was your time, Dr. Matthew, on the Heart of Influence?
That was great. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and but I like the group and I like the interaction of people, and I think it makes you think a little bit outside of the box, because I was just reflecting on some of my own fundraising issues. I think when Bella offered $100,000, I think I would have got, for that amount of money, I would have got a tattoo of Go Navy put on my back for that. I haven't had anybody offer me $100,000, but I might do that.
Never.
So, and if I say this with the greatest degree of humility, Dr. Matthew and everybody here, I do believe in the superpower of influence. I believe in integrity. And when people are motivated, inspired with something valuable for them, people do a lot of really interesting things. So a part of that raising millions for folks in the Ukraine is because we brought entrepreneurs there, and we worked on business on the plane flight over. We worked on business while we were there delivering aid, and we raised approaching $10 million, I'd say, for that, like 7 million plus collected. I think on paper it was 10 million. And we had at least 20 people that donated. 20 people donated 6 figures plus. So, it is possible. And if you think about it, why would they have done that? They certainly believed in the cause, but there was something in it for them. They wanted to spend time with the people who were going. Some of those people eventually also came to my beach house. I trained them on, fundraising and public speaking. And, so when people believe they have something truly scarce that's valuable for them sustainably, then people will step in and invest a lot in charitable causes. And we do a lot of training on that. So thank you for that, Dr. Matthew, and really appreciate you being here today. Bella Verita.
Let's go. Since we're talking doctors, let's go Dr. Joshua. Dr. Joshua, hopefully this was easier than fitting through a 24-inch pipe. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It's really enlightening. I applaud Don and Michael for rogering up and putting themselves out there a little bit. We all get to learn through their experience, but I think I'm going to take some things back myself, some perspectives for some of the challenges and some of the tough conversations and negotiations that I have, and with a little bit of a different mindset. And I actually was taking some notes, so I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to following, future episodes.
Awesome. Thank you. Great job, Dr. Joshua. Bella.
And helping doctors save lives by giving them the right devices. Mr. Greg, thank you for being here. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Thanks for having me. This humbled to be a part of this group of individuals that are here. Sean, I was just glad that you apologized to President Trump. I was going to chime in as JD Vance if you didn't. But no, there's plenty of follow-up to do. Getting in front of these, a group of people and going through a sales scenario is never an easy thing to do. And good job on Michael and Don for putting yourselves on the spot and going for it.
Awesome. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. And you can always feel free to jump in at any moment, as anyone. Bella always does. Bella.
Yes. And last but not least, I'm going to go to the man that I'm going to ask for help to get you to ride Betsy the cow. Lonnie, thank you for being here. Hope Betsy's doing good these days. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was wonderful. It was very humbling, very surreal. And I'd love to have more time, to be quite honest with you. And perspective, as you know, I'm totally lights out blind. And I truly believe I have more vision now than I did when I had eyesight. And, listen to everyone's perspective. I think that's a big thing, is listen to everyone's perspective. And along with you, I do a lot of speaking engagements and have helped raise a little over $3 million for nonprofits, and actually helped create a nonprofit back here for disabled veterans. But, what can we not do when we unite? What is the unlimited potential in all of us? And that's what this program is about. And that's why it's so humbling to listen to what you guys are doing. I had no concept, truly, And I didn't present myself well, I don't think, to begin with on this, but I thank you. I truly do for what you are all doing and for what you've done.
Well, Lonnie, thank you. And we are inspired by you, and you are very clearly a master leading a heroic life. And I did hear that you summited Everest. Is that correct?
Correct.
Wow. And when you set foot at the summit, and what was the initial impression, the feeling, the thought, like what happened for you at the summit of Everest?
My initial thought is we did it. We did it. Because every step, there were so many challenges getting over the crevasses, passing people who were perishing and struggling, going up the mountain, my oxygen mask failing. And the entire time I was going up there, I was thinking of all the sacrifices that were made for me to be there so close to Memorial Day. And it's just, I constantly was saying, just take another step, just take another step. And the people that supported the nonprofit, was the funding, the people that supported me to be there, that believe in my vision and our vision, if you will, of what is possible if we'll simply unite for a common goal. What can we not do? And when I got up there, I just wanted to cry, because it was just that. It took so many of us to get me there, prove what is possible. And it's so humbling when people simply believe in you and give you a chance.
Incredible. Well, thank you for being the inspiration, brother. And as a blind man, I'm incredibly grateful for your stand in the world. And one final question, real quick. I know we're at time, but Lonnie, how long did it take you start to finish?
51 days to start to get to the summit, and 4 days to get back down.
Wow. Well, thank you for being you. Incredible job. And that brings us to Brett and Nathan. Thank you for assembling this incredible group of truly growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous folk committed to mastery. Brett, your final.
John, I don't even know how to follow Lonnie, and it's just amazing to have the conversations that I had previously to get this to where we are today with these amazing individuals, whether it be Lonnie, whether it be Dr. Mitchell and the Wyoming Public Charity that he's setting up, and just amazing things that this group is doing as a whole and will do. And it's just an honor to be here today. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you for being you, brother. Your heart is felt at the highest level. Nathan Hansen, making this happen. Sir, please, your final.
Well, first of all, Sean, I want to acknowledge your role as President Zelensky, and also note that you are wearing his exact same outfit, so it was so appropriate. And Mr. Mandarino, you playing President Trump was spot on. I mean, I couldn't have asked for better. Great job. Dawn, I have never heard that scenario reenacted. You chose one of the boldest hello to yeses you could have, and that was super fun. For everyone here, I just want to thank you for the trust and for your time. And one final thing, since most of us have served in some way, and you know the power of leadership, and you have seen and aspired to it throughout your careers, why I'm here is because of what Sean, what I've seen and what he does. And what you have just seen here is just a small example of what the power of influence can do. And I'm here because I realized I didn't have that skill set, and I didn't learn that in the military. And I want to be able to cause outcomes the way this man does in the world, and by making it a better place. And so I'm just going to leave this with you. What if your role in service to this country is not finished yet? And what if it only begins when you truly dedicate yourself to mastering what influence can be? And with Sean as an example of the possibility of what you can achieve through this, that's why I'm here. That's why Brett's here. He trusted me coming on one of these shows 6 months ago as an Academy graduate, and now here we are building business together, doing great things, and hoping someday to take this to our academies to teach our future leaders. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I look forward to follow-up conversations about what is possible and what we could potentially do together.
Oh, thanks, Nathan. That was extremely generous. And because of Nathan and all of your presence here, we have as a gift our Group Influence book. And all of you fine folks are masters of influence. You wouldn't have gotten to where you have without it. So why'd I write it? I wrote it because it didn't exist. And when I began to study influence 28 years ago as an Ivy League undergrad, as a law school top of my class graduate, moot court national champ, I realized that the dynamic of influence in the world is incredibly compromised. We live in a world where marketing and selling are considered either evil or the greatest thing in the world. But most importantly, I believe that influence is the only attainable superpower, but only becomes that if we know where to apply it and how to create exponentiality. So a lot of folks are, hey, I'm a great leader, I'm a great manager, I'm a great salesperson, but how do you create exponentiality and duplication scaling? That's the name of the game. And so the Group Influence book and a couple of other books that we'll provide as gifts to all of you for being here will give you all that. We also offer a business acceleration session as a gift, or a mission acceleration session. You have as my word that it will be the greatest 1 hour that will help you see what you don't see that you've ever experienced. I wouldn't be doing this. I have a lot of businesses. This is my life. I spend 14 hours a day doing this in the space of Unblinded because I believe that we solve what happened in the White House. We solve all of these things as we acquire the greatest powers of influence and understand where and how to apply them, right? And that's what this is all about. So if you would like those things, they're there for you. And if not, again, thank you for being here. Bella, your final.
My final echo everything that Sean said. And I'll say this on a personal note. My dad is a military veteran. He was in Vietnam, had a lot of PSE. We did not have a very close relationship. In fact, we didn't speak for 5 years. I might be a little bullheaded sometimes too. And because of this formula, my dad and I have a relationship I never thought was possible. He used to never call me. Now he calls me like 3 times a week, just wants to talk all the time. He built a gun. My dad had not flown to see me in like 12 years. And he, in the last 4 months or 5 months, has been here 3 times. And all of it is because of this formula. So definitely check out those books, download the guides, because everything Nathan said, everything Sean said is absolutely accurate. And so thank you all for being here. And Sean, back to you.
Thanks, Belle. We end every show by saying this. Thank you for coming. May no one love your dreams more than you do. And in final, I may be blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain that the possibilities for exponential acceleration of our financial abundance, our duplication scaling, our impact in the world overall, all the fun and magical things, they are all right in front of us, right here. But at some level, unfortunately, Belverina, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Great day. Really appreciate it. Nathan, Brett, exemplary, all of you. It was an honor. Have a blessed day and hope to see you soon. Thanks.